What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another Division 2 video. We're going through our weekly store rotations and we'll take a look at what our guaranteed exotics are. Exotics. I was going to call it mythics or apex. I got them confused. Exotics. But first, let's start White House and see what we have in the store. I haven't seen any of this myself, so this is all new to me. Our named item is Percussive Maintenance, and we get our repair skills, we get our skill tier for the core. Our attributes are skill damage and crit damage, which none of them are maxed, which is kind of a, kind of sucks, but you get your perfect tech support. Skill kills increase total skill damage by 25% for 27 seconds. So I guess if you're trying to run a skill build and you need something to kind of boost up your damage a bit on your skills, this would be it. I personally don't rock this. I have
your business is appreciated.
Build. I have this guy, Crash Bag, but that works too for a skill build. If that's what you want to do, you could probably switch your crit damage out, unless you want the crit damage. That works. And you have other items, but nothing with anything max from what it looks like. Yeah, nothing with anything max, but you need any talents here that you don't have for your library. You have Unstoppable Force and you have Entrench, along with Spike on your assault rifles and Strained on your SMGs.
Nice doing business.
Right. So now we're gonna swing over to the campus.
I might have
now
what you're looking for.
On the campus we have the Relic, with obviously Perfectly Determined. After killing an enemy with a headshot, the next shot landing on an enemy will be a guaranteed critical headshot. While the talent is active, killing an enemy will not re-trigger the talent. Nothing maxed on here though, but if you're trying to get the Relic to bring up that proficiency, maybe rock it as a secondary for a bit. You have the Relic and you also actually have the Big Show. Neither of them have any maxed out attributes, but if you need any of these things to bring up proficiency, throw it as a secondary. This is it. In the Big Show, you get your talent, your Perfect Understrike. Deals 40% extra damage to shot targets. I guess would be a good decent secondary if you want to run a St. Elmo's build and, you want to bring up that proficiency but still be able to use it here and there. This is your guy. And of course, you get your close and personal here, nothing maxed, but if you need that talent for your library, for your mask, you got nothing maxed out here. Same thing for this. Alright.
Happy to do business.
Incoming backup request.
Firstly, stolen that hunt. Skill damage on the mask.
I think you want to
here though, we have the Tsunami. There we go, with the max shotgun damage. Damage to armor is pretty low. But if you need that shotgun damage, it's there. If you need a Tsunami, it's here. As you see, I had never used it, so I'd probably pick this one up just to bring the proficiency up as a secondary. And it comes with Perfect Pummel. 2 consecutive kills, refills the magazine, and grants 40% weapon damage for 10 seconds. That's actually really good. It's pretty good. I've never used the Tsunami though, so I have no idea how that gun plays. Probably buy it later on. Check it out. Get it now.
That's a serious investment.
And then, nothing else that's maxed here, but you get your talents or whatever it is that you need for your library, or if you want to bring proficiency up. Get your flatline here. Agent. Amplifies weapon damage by 15% to pulsed enemies. After 3 kills, applies pulse to the next enemy you hit. That'll probably be good if you're running like your some type of pulse build with Kingbreaker or secondary. This might be it if you're a newer player. You don't really have anything as a secondary for a build like that. And you get your rifle. Urban DMR, nothing max, but you get your talent. Red basket, landing body shots as a stack of bonus plus 35% headshot damage to the next headshot for 10 seconds. Max stack is 3. Alright. This actually isn't too bad. Right here, if you wanted to switch out the hazard protection, you get your weapon damage twice, you get your crit damage. You probably switch that attribute, that hazard, to crit chance. That'd be pretty nice. Alright.
Nice doing business with you.
Now we head over to the castle. Alright. Oh, the Quiet Roar. To be quite honest, I don't think I have yet to unlock this myself. So if this is something you need, there it is. Nothing's maxed. But that's okay, I think. You know, the chances of you purchasing an item with a lot of maxed core just attributes in general is probably low. But you have your Quiet Roar with your talent Perfect Overwhelm. Suppressing an enemy grants plus 12% weapon damage for 12 seconds. Stacking max stack is 4. So if you need this guy, this is it. It's here for you. I might purchase it just to have it in case I want to bring up the proficiency. Damage to targets out of cover is not bad. Magazine size. Then you get your other items, which obviously, as you can see, nothing's maxed, but you have your talents you can get for the M700 Carbon. You get your Optimus talent. Weapon damage is increased by 3% for every 10% ammo missing from the magazine. I feel like that sounds pretty good for a marksman rifle. Then you have your military M60E4 with the Eyeless talent. Deals plus 20% weapon damage to blinded enemies. After 4 kills, applies blind to the next enemy you hit. It's not bad. And then you have your Fenrir group mask. Probably get rid of the status effects if you're not a fan of this. Replacing the status effects makes this a decent mask. And then you have your Douglas and Harding. One more, well, a few more shops for us to head to. Let's head to New York.
Hey there.
All
You
right,
got
now
something
we're in
to
New
trade?
York, and we have the MP7 with the max attribute headshot damage. If you need that, it's waiting for you. New York store. Head here and you get your talent. Outsider. After killing an enemy, gain 100% optimal range and plus 100% accuracy for 10 seconds. I know most people, I personally, I think I've used this like in the very beginning of Twitch rank 4. I know most probably won't use it, but if you need that headshot damage or the talent, it's right there. Then you have your stoner with your talent Overwhelm. Suppressing an enemy that is not currently suppressed grants plus 10% weapon damage for 12 seconds. Max stat is 4. And you have your Spike talent on the ACRSS, which is headshots grant plus 20% skill damage for 15 seconds. You need that for your rifles. And then you have your pistol. Obviously nothing is maxed aside from the first item, but on the pistol you get yourself Sledgehammer. Dealing damage with a grenade applies a mark on target. Targets with mark will take 30% more damage to armor and have a negative 20% movement speed. Mark will disappear after 10 seconds. Not bad, not bad. If you need that, it's there. And then you have your backpack talent for your Badger Tough. Always love the names that they have. And you get Creeping Death. When you apply a status effect, it is also applied to all enemies within 8 meters of your target. This is not bad, and I'm pretty sure I actually have this on one of my builds. I 100% have this on one of my builds. I'm pretty sure it's something that has status effects on it, so I know that talent is actually pretty good. Then you have your gloves. You get your headshot damage if you're only using a 1 piece, your crit chance, your weapon damage, and you'll probably switch out your health. And then you have your Electrique. So if you're looking for an Electrique, it's not the attribute you would probably want, but hey, if you don't have one and you want to bring up that proficiency, it is here. Right? You have your Dark Zone.
Hey, Agent.
Nice.
Good to see you.
Some decent stuff in here. You got the backup Boomstick. Some decent attributes. Max shotgun damage. Very nice. And you even get your talent Close and Personal. Killing a target within 7 meters grants plus 30% weapon damage for 10 seconds. Anyone need a secondary? Backup Boomstick's not a bad option. You get your also damage to armor along with that max shotgun damage. And you can switch out that headshot damage if you're not a fan. Not bad. Not bad. You have your double barrel shotgun, which gives you a max magazine size. So if that's something else you need for your library, along with the talent Fast Hands. Critical hits add a stack of 4% reload speed bonus. Max stack is 40. I've used this before apparently. Rank 6. Must have been early days. I don't remember that. And then you have other stuff, but nothing's maxed. But like I said, it's always good to buy stuff and add to your library. You have your talent Fast Hands. And then you have your hotshot gloves. Trying to rock this build and you're a Dark Zone player, you have the opportunity to buy it here. Nothing maxed though, so it's probably really not worth the purchase, along with your rigger knee pads. Same thing. I mean, you'll probably, for rigger, that's my skill build, and I would keep that a core attribute and just replace that armor regen. So it's actually not a bad buy right here. Alright, then you have your basic stuff. Crit chance, it's some, I honestly wouldn't even consider these gloves. And then you have your knee pads.
A pleasure to deal with.
Did I just see something that was maxed out at the end? Okay, go this way.
Check out the best selection in DC.
We have swap chain, named item, swapping to with talent perfect and wavering. Swapping to this weapon grants 400% weapon handling for 5 seconds. Kills refresh the buff. Swapping away disables this from all weapons for 5 seconds. Not bad. You can actually get rid of that health damage by doing damage to targets out of cover. Rock that guy out, bring the proficiency up. You have your vector with the talent fast hands. Critical hits at a stack of 4% reload speed bonus. Max stack is 40. And you have it from OS 2010. With some okay stats. Wow, okay. And you have your talent fast hands, critical hits at a stack of 4% reload speed. Max stack is 40. Why do I feel like I just read that? Because they both have it. Okay. And then we have our snub nose with some good attributes. And then you have your talent steady handed. Hits grant a stack of 1% accuracy and stability. At 100 stacks consumes them to refill the magazine. Okay. You have your Eclipse Protocol, which you have your main talent on Eclipse, and you have your tip of the spear. Decent stuff there. And you have your Walker Harrison Co. You get the status effects is low, but you could always swap that out, especially if you want to do a mix between a weapon and skill focus. And then you have your talent versatile. Amplifies total weapon damage for 10 seconds when swapping between your primary and secondary weapons if they are different. Nice. 35% to enemies within 15 meters for shotguns and SMGs. 35% to enemies further than 25 meters for rifles and marksmen. And 10% to enemies 15 to 25 meters for LMGs and assault rifles. At most, once per 5 seconds per weapon type. Alright. And you have your Sokolov Concern, which gives you your talent spotter, amplifies total weapon damage and skill damage by 15% of pulse enemies. I paused because I think I have a build where I could actually really use that. I've never realized I can use that. Okay. You have your crit chance, damage reduction, duration. For your skills,
I appreciate.
I'm gonna head toward DZ East.
Civilians in danger.
This way, I always forget you're usually facing the way you want to go. This is like the longest entrance to any of the Dark Zones.
Agent,
claws
it's good to see you.
out. Max melee, max pistol with status effects. And your core is your skill. It's actually, if you ran a pistol melee build, I imagine it would be pretty cool, but I can't think of any builds where that combination would be useful. But hey, if you want them, they are there. Custom M44 with your talent determined. After killing an enemy with a headshot, the next shot landed on the enemy will be a guaranteed headshot. And that's not bad. Damage to targets out of cover, headshot, marksman. That's pretty good. And your attributes, you have your military M60 with your talent flatline. Amplifies weapon damage by 15% to pulsed enemies. After 3 kills, applies pulse to the next enemy you hit. Obviously, you usually want your Kingbreaker for that if you're going to be running that talent, but this isn't bad. Damage to targets out of cover, LMG, your attributes are actually really good. Then you have your hardwired gear set. You have your hotshot gear set, some okay attributes. Your golden gear, again, some okay attributes. You could probably, if you're trying to run maybe a skill build with this, or status effects build, you could probably get rid of that hazard protection. And then you have your Uzina holster, which isn't too bad either. Maybe you would swap out that weapon handling, or even max out that armor up there. Now you have your repair skills, some good stuff for your, decent stuff for your abilities.
Glad we could.
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles.
Countdown, we have mechanical animal, nice, with our max damage to armor, assault rifle damage, our health damage, and we get perfect future perfection. Weapon kills grant a skill tier for 19 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. Weapon kills at skill tier 6 grant overcharge for 15 seconds. And your cooldown at 90%, and you have punch drunk, which gives you pistol damage as your brand set kind of attribute. Then you get your core on weapon, 20% headshot damage, which is pretty good. You'd probably get rid of that explosive resistance there. Okay, and we have Gilligard, Night Watcher. You get your total armor up, you have your core armor, and you have your scanner pulse haste, 100% with skill damage. It's actually not too bad. Maybe you would switch out that skill damage if you're running like a Heartbreaker. But then again, you're probably running a Kingbreaker with Heartbreaker, so you probably won't really need that scanner pulse. Instead of with a T or a D, and it was weird. Alright, now we have our clan vendor. My clan vendor is personally not maxed out, so I won't have what most people with a max clan level will have in the store. But that's okay, slowly getting there. It's just, there's only 2 genuine active players in our clan, which we don't mind. We're not big on PvP, so. But we get our aces and 8s on here. Your weapon damage and weapon handling. We get our 4, which comes with Sadist, Steel plus 20% weapon damage to bleeding enemies. After 4 kills, applies bleed to the next enemy you hit. A lot of status effect talents and stuff happening. You have your Black Market AKM, assault rifle, nothing maxed, but pretty high up there. And you have your talent Sledgehammer, dealing damage with a grenade, applies a mark on target. Targets with mark will take 30% more damage to armor and have a negative 20% movement speed. Mark will disappear after 10 seconds. I do whatever assault rifle does. You have your rifle in here with your talent Future Perfect. Weapon kills grant plus 1 skill tier for 15 seconds, stacks up to 3 times, so you can get 3 skill tiers. Weapon kills at skill tier 6 grant overcharge for 15 seconds. I stand corrected. You can go up to tier 6. Alright, and then you have your backpack, which is not bad. You get total armor, you get armor on there, explosive resistance, and repair skills. And you get protected reload. Grants plus 20% bonus armor while reloading. Grants 0 to 18% of your armor as bonus armor to all other allies when they are reloading based on your blue core attributes. So obviously library stuff, take advantage while it's in the store. And then your other backpack, you have the talent opportunistic. Enemies you hit with a shotgun, with shotguns and marksman rifles applies the damage they take by 10% from all sources for 5 seconds. As you can see, you obviously need to be running a marksman rifle or a shotgun for this talent. Cool, so that's store stuff. So if there's anything you need for libraries or any attributes you need, that's everything in the store. But now we have our caches, our weekly caches, which are obviously through our projects. So the first one that's obviously extremely easy is just right here, donating your excuse me donating your resources. So we're gonna do that now. We'll grab our cache really quick. You guys can see what I get from this cache. I have a terrible luck getting Dr. Holmes every week. Hope that'll jinx us. Okay, close though. Yes, is our exotic. And then you have your other guaranteed exotics through the Descent, which I will probably include some gameplay of me getting it toward the end of this video, along with the summit. Same thing. You will see some gameplay of me getting this at the end of this video. And your legendary mission. Legendary missions I haven't done yet because it's just me. I usually have only one other person, so, and our builds aren't maxed, so it makes legendary a little difficult. But these are definitely doable for the average player. The summit, you can literally throw it on whatever difficulty as long as you're completing the floors. So 30 of them. You have a week to do it. You could actually do it in one sitting if you're willing to rock it out. Especially if you're a high trade level. Put it on normal. You'll probably run through it pretty quickly. And then your nemesis, which from what I know, most people have a hard time. I might make a video on how I did it. Most of it was just kind of an even balance between red and blue. Pretty much armor, weapon damage. That was my main focus. I didn't focus on tech at all. But these are our weekly changes, our store rotation, our weekly exotic caches, and that's it. We're gonna get into some gameplay. Hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. You guys will see what I get my weekly caches through the summit and through defeating the nemesis. But until the next video, I will see you all on the next one.